Alright, we are at Monday, week 4, May 1999. This is the first time I'm recording an episode in over a month. So, I'm not really sure because I booked this episode and then just never recorded it. So, recording it a month later. Here, last week we saw The Rock return. I remember the corporation turned on him and he now has returned. He will be in action, I think, the first match to start the show. Pretty much Chris Candido has been on fire, 90 angle rating. Then Vince had a promo in the world title situation that had Chris Candido in it. Then Austin had a promo. Chris Candido really threw a wrench in all my plans so far this in TEW 2016. He's really taken shit to the next level. I'm not even high on that Chris Candido that much. I don't know any good Chris Candido matches. Everyone praises the guy, but I never really got into him. I'm only 21 now, so I don't really know. Like, he was before my time, but I'm familiar with the Attitude Era and all that shit. So I don't know. It's like he just never crossed paths with my viewing. All right, so let's just start it off, and I'll remember as we go. Here we see Umaga versus The Rock. Cousins. The Rock, hell of a performance. He was no longer in part of the corporation, but he's starting to get, This is the first time we've seen Rock as a babyface since his not failed in the game. He was Intercontinental Champion and he turned heel at WrestleMania 14. No, 14, I think. He turned heel on Rikishi and two others to join the Nation of Domination. Then he left the Nation to join the corporation, and the corporation turned him face. The Rock, he's hot as a face. Really looking forward to booking him as a face now. Right after that, we get Owen Hart versus Rikishi and King of the Ring. Owen Hart advances in King of the Ring. Rikishi's not suited for his gimmick. Owen Hart, good performance. Rikishi, average performance. I'm going to have a look and see where the King of the Ring bracket is because I don't really remember at the moment. Lance Storm attacked Goldust backstage and leads him down and out. Pretty much, I think Goldust is Intercontinental Champ. Lance Storm just beating him up. Get some heat on him and, advance an angle here. Here, Sable is backstage holding copy of Company Magazine. This is pretty much how to get a female on the show. And we threw Sable on there. By we, I mean me. X-Pac and Kane. X-Pac and Kane are now allies. This is pretty much where X-Pac calls out Kane. Kane gets in his face, grabs X-Pac by the throat, picks him up, and then just lets him down. Like, he doesn't chokeslam him. I love this tag team. They really dropped the ball on it. I wish they didn't reform DX in late '99 and then had X-Pac turn heel on Kane because it's hard to have a heel, 6'2" guy versus a babyface 7-foot tall guy. Or I think X-Pac's around 6 foot. He's a big dude. But yeah, I think it's a little weird to have that dynamic. But it worked. But I think the tag team has legs, and we're gonna see this team last. Right after that, Rabid Dog versus Edge and Christian. About great performance. Who won here? Match also. Rabid Dog drew. It was a draw with Edge and Christian. Abyss interfered and beat up Batista and Road Dogg. Pretty much, we're going towards the Ministry, and the Ministry is Abyss, Edge Christian, Gangrel, Undertaker, Paul Bearer. Could be. I think that's it. I don't remember. But pretty much, they're feuding with DX right now because I don't know why. I remember. To be honest, I don't remember. So I'm sorry about that. Okay, Edge debuted. New spot. I never seen this. Edge debuted a new spot that showcased his athletic ability, his psychology. It would be helped by being able to use it as a go-to spot in the future. That's really cool. Huh. We'll have a look at that after. Rabid Dog in the ring, out of nowhere. Abyss hits the ring, attacks, beats the shit out of him. We're really putting over Abyss as a monster. He didn't really hit mainstream popularity until 2005, which is 6 years beyond this. So, the guy who plays Abyss would be pretty green. And if this is in real life. But I think the character is good. I think it fits with Undertaker Kane dynamic. He's not related to him. That just wouldn't work for me. I'm not going to change that part of the mythos and stuff of Undertaker and Kane dynamic. But yeah, here we're putting over Abyss as a monster. Following that, we see X-Pac run down. He makes the save, and then Kane comes out, hits the ring, cleans house, and he saves X-Pac. So pretty much, Ministry's beaten down Road Dogg Batista. Here comes X-Pac to save the day. It's X-Pac, so he's getting his ass kicked. And King pyro hits. He comes down, foot over ropes, chokeslams Edge, chokeslams Christian. Abyss backs off. Kane and Abyss do not come in contact. Following that, we get Val Venus versus William Regal, with Val Venus getting a win here, advancing the King of the Ring. Val Venus recently turned face after being turned on by the Evil Un-Americans. Fun. I'm a big stable guy, from what I could tell. I think there was a Redditor who was talking about how he had a 3-stable feud. That was his main feud. I can't do that. That would drive me insane. But yeah, I like stables because it's easy to book. Like Val Venus was part of the Un-Americans. Now he's not. It's an easy story to tell. I wish WWE would utilize stables more currently and in the future. Following that, Taz versus D'Lo Brown. Taz gets a win after D'Lo Brown was cost by the Godfather. D'Lo Brown, I think, just turned heel on the Godfather. Taz, he's a hot baby face. We're getting him up there in hotness. And I'm not still deciding on whether or not to have Kurt Angle debut against Taz in some form or manner. I believe Taz is our European champion too. Following that, we get Extreme Allies and Dudley Boys are in the ring. They have alright, I'm sorry. So pretty much, Mankind Al Snow been attacked by Bubba and Devon. Bubba and Devon debuted attacking them. So we're starting to see Mankind Al Snow as a team here. It's going to lead to a couple things. It's going to lead in Rock and Sock in a way too. So don't expect the Extreme Allies to really last long, but you get the point. They're friends. They put that over. Yeah, but pretty much, the Extreme Allies get some revenge on Team 3D, the Dudley Boys, after just weeks of getting beaten down. Alright, Eddie Guerrero versus Brian Pillman. Brian Pillman defeated Eddie Guerrero by pinfall with his Air Pillman maneuver, whatever the hell that is, and he advances in the King of the Ring. Brian Pillman, he needs to get clean because it's really starting to bother me. Goldust backstage, he goes up to Vince McMahon, he says, I won a match against Lance Storm, and Vince accepts because you remember Lance Storm attacked Goldust. Goldust wants a match, Vince gives it to him. And I think it'd be funny, like a funny little angle where Goldust goes up to him, he does the breathing thing. I would do it, but it's a visual thing, so me doing it in the mic would sound really weird. So yeah, Goldust Vince backstage funny segment because Vince, he's a hell of a straight man. Goldust is a weirdo. It fits. Then we go into the Hardy Boys debut here, and they debut craziest way possible is winning the tag team titles on their debut. I think this is a hell of a way to debut them because they would be known because they were in ECW, so the hardcore fans would know. And we're in Hartford, in Connecticut, so it's pretty close. It's a tri-state area a little bit, so I think people would be familiar with the Hardy Boys just a little bit, not too much. Oh, yeah, the Alkalites are part of the ministry too. But yeah, the Hardy Boys debut here, winning the tag team titles. I think it's a good way to put them over strong, and a good way to have them debut finally, because it's hard to debut, because I didn't have them for months and months being job guys. So we just debut them here as they'd be job guys, but they get the upset victory. It's kind of like if 1-2-3 Kid versus Razor Ramon, if 1-2-3 Kid debuted that night. Here's Stone Cold is shown walking down to the ring. He's getting ready towards, I think, the main event. Yeah, alright, the main event is a 3-way number 1 contendership match. Chris Candido versus X-Pac versus Triple H. Wow, Chris Candido had the best performance. We saw a lot of X-Pac tonight, too. I didn't even notice that. Chris Candido wins as the blonde bombshell. I'm going to change that to the perfect plex. X-Pac was a weak link in the match. Which, I think my thing's based more on popularity, so that's why. But, yeah, 3-way number 1 contendership. X-Pac and Triple H just got done feuding. And Chris Candido is feuding with Stone Cold in a feud that's been putting up numbers. And then after the match, Stone Cold hits the ring, stunners Chris Candido, beer bash, dumps him on Chris, and that's how we end Raw. An average show for us, and I like being around the lighter green, so 84 and above is my preference, but I Can't complain. We got a lot of good people. I think we're doing an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, but starting to decide when we're gonna bring in the second show or when not to. We got a really deep roster. I honestly do not remember where the score was for WCW versus WWF, but it'll be in the description below. Ah, damn it! Fuck you, WCW. All right. Fuck you. Aw, man, they just beat us. Alright, Nash and the Ring Generals versus Sting, Scott Steiner, and who the hell are the Ring Generals? I think I joked about that before. Bret Hart defeated Chuck Palumbo in a pretty decent match. Rick Steiner defeated Buff Bagwell. Yeah, so I was thinking, I'm recording this July 12th in 2016. You're probably going to be seeing this like 6 months from now. Okay, I like that offer. But, I was thinking about doing a TEW series in the NWO, running from like how 96 to 99, just with the NWO and WCW, but I decided not to and just do a write-up series. So by the time you guys see this, hopefully the whole series will be done. So watch that on my channel if you haven't already. I just recorded the first episode yesterday and I'm really proud of it. I really like it. And I think it's, a lot of people seem to like when I do the long write-up bookings instead. So we see AJ Styles gets possible to ECW because I just signed the Hardy Boys. Maybe they're trying to replace, them with AJ. We got that TV rating's off. D'Lo Brown doesn't connect with fans. Jeff Hardy's going to be started. Kid is worth pushing hard. See, I really like this. I wish I could have a backstage effect, like D'Lo Brown and Brian Pillman have simmering tension. Mankind can take up being a mentor to Jeff Hardy. And they're both right. I mean, D'Lo, a lot of people seem to love D'Lo. He wasn't for me. But it is what it is. Oh, House Snow making that good money. Okay. Oh, shit. You weren't supposed to see that one. But, I'm surprised. I thought I was going to bring in Chris, what's it called, at the Invasion. But we're getting pretty close to real life. I think he debuts in end of June or early July '99. It's mid to end July, I think. Actually, it's before SummerSlam, but he doesn't do anything at SummerSlam, from what I remember. I think he might do an angle or something, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, we got really deep roster. I'm really proud of it. I think this is going to be a long series. No end in sight, really, for me. Like, look at our main eventers. I think Pillman's not going to last that much longer in the series. We got Mike Barton and Mark Mero. Look, just, oh my goodness. I'm really looking forward to having SmackDown and so forth. So, good episode here. I'm sorry I was a little lost in storylines. I just felt like recording, playing the game. Haven't played it in a while. Been too busy working. Hope you guys are watching. Let me know what you think. And also, what, fantasy booking stuff do you want to do? It's non-TEW. Like what culture does a lot of stuff, and a lot of people seem to be mixed on them. I personally don't like the Adam Blampied stuff. I watched his how WCW or how WWE should have booked the NWO return, and he had Hall and Nash beat Undertaker and Kane at WrestleMania 18 by disqualification or something. It's like you just ended the streak in a DQ before the streak was a thing. And love or hate how the streak ended with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30. It still gave us, Shawn Michaels 1 and 2, the Triple H Hell in a Cell, the WrestleMania 27 match with Triple H, that was the best match in the card. Randy's match with him, Batista vs. Undertaker, which is probably one of the most underrated WrestleMania matches ever. Edge vs. Undertaker, And I want to go into those. I really want to do this series for as long as I can, as long as I have time. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate the support. Hope everyone has a good day.